New Toon support. Now, this is in this is not Chaos Origin. This is in I don't know what the name of the set is, but they already announced the 3 archetypes that are getting support in this pack. I forgot. It's a Revolution Booster Toon Witchcrafter Unchained is what the pack is literally called. So I guess that gives away what kind of other archetypes we are expecting to get support soon. But this is, I think, the first cards they are revealing from this pack. I don't think we have seen the Witchcrafters or the Unchained yet, unless I'm forgetting, but I don't think we've seen those. We definitely haven't seen the Unchains, but I also don't think we've seen the Witchcrafters. So yeah, first wave of support. And I've seen people online pretty hyped about these cards. I've seen people post about these all over the place. I haven't looked at the cards yet. So let us see what exactly we're working with here. And I will say, even before we look into the effects, Toon has some pretty good cards in general, right? Like Toon has, I mean, Toon Table of Contents already. They have a non-once per turn reinforcement of the army that can also search spell traps. And then there's some other pretty good Toon cards already. So I think there's some potential here if they actually make these cards good. Also, as a reminder, there are 2 other unrevealed new cards for the theme. So we are missing 2 new cards for Toons. And there are 6 overframe cards overall. All 6 overframes are older cards being reprinted. Okay. So they are put there. There's going to be 2 more Toons. And there's going to be overframe reprints. Maybe, I would assume if it's a pack with Toon Witchcrafter and Unchained, they're giving 2 overframes to each of the archetypes. That would make sense, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. But okay. First things first, we have Funny Dark Rabbit. Level 4 Dark Beast Effect Monster. 1100 attack, 1500 defense. After this card is normal or special summoned during your main phase this turn, you can normal summon 1 monster that mentions Toon World in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. All right, this is, I believe, worded just like Ritual Beast Elder, in the way that you cannot negate this. You know, if this card hits the board, you have gained this effect. You will be able to perform another normal summon. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. Okay, this is important to note because this means this card is not searchable with Toon World because it doesn't have Toon in its name and it's only treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. So it can never be searched with Toon Table of Contents. Once per turn, you can add to your hand or place face up on your field 1 Toon field or continuous spell from your deck. Oh, okay. So it gets you the Toon field spell for free, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to play original Toon World if possible, but Toon Kingdom, is Toon Kingdom a playable Yu-Gi-Oh card, or does Toon Kingdom still kind of suck? Maybe they make a new version. Toon Kingdom. It can be searched. I mean, maybe they have cards that search cards that mention Toon World, but it cannot be searched with Toon Table of Contents specifically, is what I meant. Toon Kingdom. When this card's activated, banish 3 cards from the top of your deck face down. This card's name becomes Toon World. If a Toon monster would be destroyed, banish. Yeah, it's not that great, right? It's just protection. You wouldn't really want to play this card, I don't think, if you don't have to, for other effects. But maybe they made a new version. Okay, Comic Cat. So this is, I think, a Mimicat retrain or whatever the card is called. Level 1 Dark Beast effect monster. You can only use the second effect once per turn. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. During the main phase, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster. If you control Toon World, you contribute 1 opponent's monster even though you do not control it. And if you do, special summon a monster from your hand or deck that mentions Toon World, ignoring its summoning conditions. All right, now we're talking. Now we're talking a good card, I feel like. I mean, this is not bad, depending on the quality of the cards of the field and continuous spells that you can get for free. But this is Lone Fire Blossom that can tribute your opponent's monsters if you're going second, if you control Toon World. Which is really nice. I think this is very good design because it makes the card useful going first. I mean, we talk about this every time this happens, right? But this is what more decks in Yu-Gi-Oh need, is cards that are inherently better when you're going second. And let me tell you, this card is crazy going second. The only thing that could have made this card even more broken is if tributing was cost. But tribute is not cost. It is a quick effect, which means it's an interruption when you're going first as well. You can leave it on your board and, you know, tribute your opponent's monster on their turn. But like when you're going second into a board, you can tribute off their monsters. But if it was a cost, it would be completely insane, you know. And the reason why it's not a cost is because, of course, it's after the colon. But if it would be even better if it was cost. It would probably be completely stupid, because then you could just tribute your opponent's whatever endboard piece you care about, tributed for cost. But yeah, you can also tribute any monster you control, not only itself. Yeah, that's what Lone Fire is too, right? Lone Fire is tribute any plant, and this lets you tribute any monster as well. That's good. I mean, there's not much to say about this other than this card is really good. But I like the design on it because I like cards that get better when you are playing into a board. So that is good stuff. All right. Evil Box. Ooh, we have a Bikuri Box retrain here. That looks kind of awesome. Level 6 Dark Fiend effect monster. It's got Bikuri Box stats. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control Toon World, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add to your hand or set a Toon Trap from your deck. Okay. I'm not super familiar with the Toon. Oh, dude, I'm seeing this down here already. That distracted me right now. That's awesome. Hold up. Let me finish this effect first, though. Depends on the quality of the traps. I'm not super familiar. But we'll have to check that out in a second, I guess. This card is treated as a Toon monster while Toon World is on the field. And once per turn, quick effect, you can target one card in either grave, place it on the bottom of the deck. Wait, the first effect is once per turn. Okay, the third effect is soft once per turn. Okay, so if you can somehow get multiple of these out, you could interrupt the graveyard a little bit more. You can also recycle your own stuff, but I would assume most of the time it's better to use it on your opponent's cards as a disruption or to deny follow-up. But okay, interesting. Dude, this card looks so awesome. I hope this gets an overframe. This card is cool. I love him already. Blue Eyes Toon Ultimate Dragon, of course. Materials: Blue Eyes Toon Dragon and two Toon monsters. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards from your hand, field, and or grave into the deck extra deck. Okay. It's a contact fusion, which already makes it a lot better. My only concern is you have to play Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, which is not a good card in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, but okay. I guess it would be easily searchable, so you can maybe just play one, and then it goes back into your deck. But okay, your Toon monsters can attack directly. Once per turn, you can add a Toon card or a card that mentions a Toon card's name from your graveyard to your hand. If your Toon monster is attacked during damage calculation, you can banish it until the end of the damage step. Okay. Ooh, this makes your Toons unkillable, straight up, pretty much, in battle. None of your Toons can be destroyed by battle while this card's on the field, right? Because the way this card works, this is a very interesting ruling quirk in Yu-Gi-Oh, I suppose. If a monster leaves the field during damage calculation, the attack stops, but you cannot redeclare the attack. Because if a monster has reached damage calculation, it already has attacked. It has battled already, so it cannot attack again. Which means that basically they attack your Toon monster, you go all the way to damage calc, and then you just banish your Toon monster, the attack stops, and then the Toon monster comes back. Because it's just banished until the end of the damage step, right? So essentially, all of your monsters are invincible, right? And you don't even take damage. So, I mean, of course, battle phase related effects in Yu-Gi-Oh are usually not the most relevant, but like it's still good to have. And also, I mean, it's 4500 and everything can attack directly, so like this deck will not have any problems finishing off games if you can ever get to this card. And then of course it also gives you follow-up, so it's a solid card. Considering it's a free contact fusion, it does a lot for that. But funnily enough, if you compare it to other contact fusions that we've had in the game, it is weaker than a lot of those. Like, I would say this is weaker than Phantom of Yubel by a landslide, because it needs 3 monsters and it doesn't negate stuff. You know, it creates follow-up and it makes your stuff hard to kill, but it's not as good as Phantom of Yubel. But still, I mean, Phantom of Yubel was one hell of a card, so maybe that's not the best thing to compare it to. The one thing that's concerning is, like I said earlier, the fact that we have to play Blue Eyes Toon Dragon to make it. Which is awkward, right? Other than that, it's pretty good. But I love this card no matter what. Even if this card ends up being unplayable, even if Toon is bad or if they not even play this card in it. I love the artwork on this guy. I hope it gets an overframe. This card is awesome. Okay. Oh, there is a new Toon World. Okay, Toon World, the perfect world. Field spell card. You can only use the second effect of this card's name thrice per turn. This card's name becomes Toon World while in the field zone. Once per turn, you can add a Toon card or one card that mentions a Toon card's name from your deck to your hand. Before resolving another activated card or effect, you can banish a Toon monster you control until immediately after that card effect resolves. Also, you cannot banish monsters with the same original name with this effect of this card's name for the rest of this turn. Okay, there's a lot to this card. Okay, first of all, this completely eliminates the need of the original Toon World and also Toon Kingdom, right? Like, you don't need those cards anymore. You can just play Toon World, the perfect world, and it's treated as Toon World, and it fulfills all your conditions, but it's by far the best one because it adds a card from your deck to your hand. Now, it says thrice per turn for the second effect, and the second effect is soft once per turn. This means you cannot search 3 times with the same card, but this means if you draw multiple Toon World, the perfect world, you can just place them over each other and search with additional copies. This makes it so that if you draw multiple, or if you have a way to search multiple, you can use those extra copies. Rabbit can get 3 of these. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now that, like, these effects are soft once per turn, right? So you can if you have the means to dodge any of your opponent's effects, like, this is a fun concept, dude. This is a really fun concept, because the idea here is as well, this one does this card does the same thing with activated effects that the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon does with attacks, where you can basically blink your Toon monsters in and out of the board. Like, they go banished real quick to dodge something, and then they come back. You know, banish, come back, banish, come back. And they all have soft once per turn effects, so you can reuse them sometimes, right? It works on your own cards. That is broken. Before resolving another activated card or effect, you can banish a Toon monster you control until immediately after that effect resolves. Also, you cannot banish the monsters with the same name for the rest. Okay, hold up. So does this mean I can activate Toon World, the perfect world? I search Rabbit. I summon Rabbit. I use Rabbit's effect to place a Toon field or continuous spell. Before I resolve that effect, I use the effect of my old field spell to banish the Rabbit. The field spell gets replaced. The Rabbit comes back. I can now use the new copy of the field spell to search something. And then I can also use the Rabbit to place another field spell to search another monster. That is how it works, right? I get 3 searches from one Funny Dark Rabbit. Or from one copy of the field spell, I get a Funny Dark Rabbit on the board and 2 extra searches, because one of the searches has to go for Funny Dark Rabbit. That's a lot of card advantage. That is a lot of card advantage, let me tell you that. That is really good. And you get another normal summon. It doesn't even take up your normal summon for the turn. Yeah, you cannot do it infinitely with the Rabbit, of course, because you can only banish the Rabbit with this once. But you can also, like, reset the other guys, right? Okay, this one is hard once per turn for the second effect. This one doesn't have any use of resetting it. This one, if you reset it, only gives you additional graveyard recursion, I suppose. But yeah, that's an interesting concept. And this is all the cards for now. But keep in mind, we are getting 2 more. But this is one hell of a start, isn't it? The Toon Dark Magician searches twice. Oh! Overframe. Oh, okay. Overframe Toon Blue Eyes. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling some things. I don't hate it, but it is, compared to the other overframes. This one seems a little lazy, right? Like the other ones, there's just more going on, right? There's more going on the other overframes. I feel like we would be really happy about this if this was like the new if they announced this as like the first one. We would be like, okay, that's cool that they're doing this now. But now that we've seen what they can do with all the other overframes, I feel like this one looks a little bit in comparison, right? This is just the old art, but a little bit bigger. Wait, okay. Not every single overframe needs to be an absolute banger, I suppose, but this one is kind of It's still cooler than the normal one, I suppose. It's still better than before. How do you make that artwork in overframe, though? Here's the thing, right? I think the coolest thing could have been to give it an alternative artwork and then overframe that one, right? How about maybe you design one that fits the overframe really well, that looks awesome, and then you make it overframe. They could have done that, right? Okay, well, this is a good start to the Toon support, I think, because there's 2 more cards, and what we got so far is already pretty strong. The one downside, I would say, is that you need to play Blue Eyes Toon Dragon for it. And it doesn't look like they plan on making a replacement for Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, like a new version that is treated as Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, because realistically, that's what this could have been, right? This could have been a new card with a different artwork that says this card is always treated as Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, and then it has a good effect, and then you don't have a brick, right? But instead, they just made this. But we still get 2 more cards, so we'll see. And maybe it even ends up being that you don't play this card because you don't want to play the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon in the deck. You just play the new cards because they're solid. I'm not even sure if it needs to necessarily be played as its own deck, but like it could just be a good engine, right? Because nothing here locks you into anything. Nothing here locks you into anything, and there's no real brick attached to these cards so far. And you just get a whole bunch of card advantage, and then you can maybe do whatever with it. Who knows? You know, we will see what exactly you can do with it. But like, if you activate, let's say you activate Toon World to Perfect World, you add Rabbit, you normal summon Rabbit. You activate Rabbit, you use the field spell to banish it and return it. You replace the field spell. Then you search the Bikuri box with the field spell, and then you place another field spell, and then that field spell searches you Comic Cat or whatever. Then you can extra normal summon the Comic Cat. You can special summon the Evil Box because you have Toon World. That's 3 bodies. That is 3 bodies off of 1 card. No locks attached to anything. It's probably every combo in the world you want to do, right? This is a level 1, so you can probably make Yummy combo happen at some point, somehow. You can do other things. Toon Dark Magician. Dude, yeah, hold up. Oh my god. Oh wait, now we're getting sloppy. Hold up. Oh no. Oh no. Toon Dark Magician. You can discard a Toon card, then special a Toon from your deck or add a Toon spell trap. Okay, so you can search Toon Dark Magician, but how do you special summon Toon Dark Magician? Oh, you special it with Comic Cat. And then you have, what do you have? Say it with me. We have a level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster. And we turn it into Dark Magician of Destruction. Oh, okay, dude. Dude, I'm unironically, I mean, this is not the Toon card's fault. This is Dark Magician of Destruction was a mistake, man. That card cannot stay. There's no way it can. There's no way it can. Can we ban Dragoon? Dude, it's gotta be Dragoon or Dark Magician of Destruction. Like, one of those has to go. They cannot stay forever. There's no way. There's no way. Literally, you know what this means? This means this is, Toon World, the Perfect World is full Yummy combo plus Dragoon. Because you can go, this is a level 1. You summon Toon Dark Magician from the deck. You can get Toon Dark Magician's effect as well if you want to. And then you can turn Toon Dark Magician into Dark Magician of Destruction in your extra monster zone. You turn that into Gravity Controller. That's your Yummy combo right there, because you got a Link 1 and a level 1. And you've got Dragoon set up already. And when you're going second, you can even tribute your opponent's monster. This is a good engine. Dragoon is in Rarity 5. The printing of Dark Magician of Destruction is a very questionable step in a direction that I felt like they've spent a lot of time to get away from this, especially in the TCG, banning a lot of generic early summonable Omni Negates, right? Like Baron and whatnot, and Savage and whatever. Like we've spent so much, we put in so much effort to get rid of that kind of thing, and now it has nothing to do with the Toon cards, but like the Dark Magician of Destruction stuff is very worrying. But okay, the Toon cards are good. Let's not drift away into this direction too much. The Toon cards are good. These new cards are powerful. They have a lot of potential. Whether it's going to be its own deck or not, or if it's just engine slop in other decks, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. There's 2 more cards that are going to be revealed, but for now, these cards look pretty good. Should have put a lock on the Toons, though. They could have, yeah. They could have put a lock on these, but they decided not to. Oh, well.